Now, new data out today has revealed that forcing Australians to work until they're 70 will save the federal government $3.6 billion in just 4 years. But here's the catch. Politicians can still access their generous pensions 10 years earlier than the rest of society.
How do you feel about that?
Awesome.
Let's get today's take on
Thrilled.
this with Nine's Ross Greenwood and Shelly Horton.
Couldn't be happier.
Roscoe, let me tell you, one person was very unhappy when we heard this news today.
Yep.
It means that most people will only get to enjoy a few years of their pension before they die or they get sick or whatever.
How do you work that out?
Well, if you're 70, I mean, look, some people...
What's the age
ill.
expectancy for men and women?
I don't know, Ross. I'm not a scientist.
You're wrong.
92?
No, you're wrong.
You're not going to tell us 130.
No, it's not. Well, I'm going to explain something to you. Even this article quotes it, and that is they say that men will live until 80, women live until 84. That's right for a child born today. In fact, they're going to live much longer.
Wait, we're going to die sooner?
No.
Oh.
You're going to live much longer. If you get to 60, your age expectancy rises because some people have already gone. If you get to 70, it's even higher. So when you get to 70, say, for example, the average age...
You're making this sound really appealing.
Is 87.8.
Like it's the Hunger Games.
No, for 87.8, and for a man, 85.3. If you get to 90, your life expectancy goes to 95. So this is what happens as you get older. You live potentially longer, right? So in this particular case... Yes, it is not such a good thing to say you're going to have to work until you're 70, but do bear in mind that when people used to retire at the age of 65, they were only expected to live until they were 72, 73, but now because we're living so much longer, the question is, there's the benefit, there's the burden on society.
Fabulous,
You
Ross.
got that?
You've missed the point.
Yeah,
Should
100%.
politicians...
No, that's right.
Should politicians be made to abide by the same rules as the rest of us, Shelley?
How could anyone say no to that? Of course they have to be by the same rules. I mean, it is incredibly unfair. Ross Greenwood, don't you start
I
with
think
me.
he's not
I'm agreeing thoroughly because
It's ridiculous.
The politicians have, every time they have changed superannuation rules in this country, quarantined themselves aside. Now, they've done a few little tweaks here and there to try and come up to speed. Remember, the ordinary person gets 9.5% of their pay put aside. Politicians, 15 to 18% of their pay is put aside.
But
right?
if they've
The thing
got
is
more
dodgy.
money
Politicians
in
are
their
out of
super,
touch.
doesn't that mean that they won't need the pension?
No.
Or is it different?
It works differently. So, as I say...
That's another segment,
Oh,
Shelley.
my God, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Look, you know what, can I just say...
Principally.
older people.
That is another good question,
Well-
Sam. You hit the nail on the head.
And also, I have such an emotional reaction to this because my parents are at that age. So,
yeah.
Mum and Dad worked so hard as school
Paid their
teachers,
taxes.
paid their taxes. But then I look at my husband's parents, and his mum was a waitress, and she's 72, and she only retired last year. Waitressing is hard yakka.
Yeah, it's
That's hard on the body.
So she's retired at 71. She has done exactly what the government wants people to do. She's a great example of exactly
But that was
The
her
government
choice.
wants people to do it.
They
Perhaps
should
they
do
should
it.
start leading by example.
Exactly.
100%. That is the whole
Yes.
point.
We agree with
You know
Son.
what? I reckon politicians have got it really hard.
Oh, you just wanted to throw that in there.
Just one person had to disagree. I just had to be that one person. I don't really believe that.
Can you two stay
Yeah.
with us? Because
can.
when we come back, Woolworths is under fire. Thousands of shoppers slam the supermarket chain after this photo was posted online. But can you work out why? We'll have the answer for you next. Supermarket giant Woolworths is under fire this morning over sweet potatoes.
Sweet.
An angry customer posted a photo of the vegetables being sold in plastic packaging to Facebook. She says, customers don't want it, our planet doesn't need it. Sweet potatoes can go from shelf to trolley to kitchen without ever needing to touch a plastic bag, let alone a plastic tray as well.
Yeah. Let's get today's take on this with still Ross Greenwood and Shelly Horton. If you've just joined us, they were here before. Roscoe, I mean, look, this is the whole thing about plastics. We're realising it's bad for us. We're realising, there's calls to ban the plastic bag. They've done it in South Australia very successfully.
This is a great idea,
This is a good idea.
This
Get
is
rid of plastics.
fantastic. No. This is a great idea. Putting it in plastic is a fantastic idea.
Why?
Well, because you think about this. When you go to the self-checkout, you don't have to have somebody grab your vegetables and put them in a bag. You can actually have, click, straight through. Bingo, no problems at all. On top of that also, when you go
stuff the environment.
gets packed originally, what you've got is it only gets handled the once when it's put into that bag, and from then on the supply chain, no human hands touch your sweet
But
potatoes.
you're going to wash it anyway when you
And
get
also,
home.
as you go through the whole system, guess what? Your sweet potatoes are cheaper. And this is the whole reason why they're in plastic bags, because it actually allows your sweet potatoes to go through fewer hands through the supply chain. This is about supply chain. This is the way in which the supermarket wars are being fought to maintain cheaper prices.
Is it also the convenience thing, Roscoe? Because I know when I go into a supermarket, if
Yep.
I have to get a bag and do
Yeah.
all of
That's
that,
right.
sometimes I don't even bother. But, you
Yes.
know, if you can just pick something up...
I'm really embarrassed to say that I went shopping at Woolies yesterday and I grabbed a packet of
There you
sweet
go.
potatoes.
David, do you buy,
and now
David,
I'm
do you buy
like,
a
want
bag
to
of
take them
salad, or
back.
do you buy the lettuce, the radish, what do you buy?
What does
Or do
your
you buy a
chef- what
bag?
does your
What do you
chef get
what do you buy a bag of lettuce?
I get a box of fruit and vegetable delivered, and if I need to pick up anything...
Delivered.
Yeah,
Right,
like you
delivered.
buy, and like you order
Okay.
fresh
Delivered.
food.
Good, excellent. And
It's like $50.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
sure.
it's like
at
everything
the
for my family.
And at the end of the week, how much do you throw out?
Probably just the cabbage.
Yeah, right. But you
Smelly
throw stuff
cabbage.
out. There's
Some
waste.
things, yeah, and
right?
there is some waste. And what it is, I give it to people. I say, okay, who wants this and who wants that? We have people come home and like, mate, do you want some, chilies? 'Cause
Cabbage.
I can't have chilies because my kids.
Seriously.
It's
you
so
don't
no
do
one
it.
wants to
Seriously,
go
you
to
don't
your
do
house.
that.
Go to David's place.
You go out to David's place for dinner and you go home with a cabbage.
You don't get a glass of wine, but you'll get a cabbage.
Sam, move me on. What are we going to do?
The most optimistic people in Australia